Fashionista. Hey y'all, hey. Let me try to set up and all that good stuff. Oh, I guess I don't usually go live in here, so hold on y'all. I have to use all kind of stuff to prop the book up. So the phone up. I'm gonna be going live on this channel. It seems like it's so freaking close. Okay. I'm going to be going live over here. Welcome back to the Momnurse where we talk mom life, nurse life, work from home jobs, where we talk everything about Momnurse I will be going live today about what you can do to prevent being laid off, or nobody can prevent being laid off, but what you can do if that was to happen to somebody you know or somebody you care about. That's what I'm going to talk about now. I wanted to do my introduction over here. Y'all bear with me. I'm also going live over on my Instagram page. So that's what I'm finna go do now. I'll be looking over here and I'll be looking over there. So bear with me, okay? When you come in, please hit a like. Hey y'all, hey my LB career coaching. How y'all doing? My family. So as I was telling my YouTube channel, I'm going live over there, and then I'm also going live over here, so y'all bear with me. Today is Saturday. Hey y'all, make sure y'all put some hearts in here, and then you make sure you put some likes over here on my YouTube channel. But I just want to y'all, I have to celebrate this thing because listen here, it's been a whole trying year. We all go through things in life, and God gives us, he gives us things so that we can learn how to build our faith. That's how I feel. I know that's what has happened to me over the past years. So when my job called me today, last year, September 4th, and laid me off, I don't know. I had a bad feeling. I didn't think I was going to get laid off, but I just had a bad feeling the whole day. So I wanted to come on here and talk about that because unemployment numbers are up. They're not going down. They're not going anywhere. And I feel like this is something we have to discuss. I'm a career coach. I got laid off, and it led me to being a career coach. I was already helping my YouTube channel, my YouTube subscribers, my loves, my family, because I have had subscribers turn into friends and family. I call them my family. They my brothers and sisters. And so if it wasn't for that happening, I wouldn't even have LB career coaching. But so that's what I want to talk about, and I want y'all to celebrate me with me because this is a year today, a year freaking today, and it's a big major deal because I have never been laid off before, and I have 4 whole kids, and I'm a single mama, and everything I have, my house, my car, my bills, was based off of my job, like with anybody, right? So yeah, this is like, that was major. So last year, September 4th, I clocked in. I was working from home for a company. I was a medical review nurse, okay? And you can watch all my other videos. You can head over to my YouTube channel, Momnurefashionista, and I talked about, I talk about work from home jobs and all the type of work from home jobs I had. They know, if you're not familiar with it, you could go check out my videos. So we had a meeting that morning, and maybe like around 11 o'clock, I had another alert saying, hey, we doing a meeting. I was like, well, what is that meeting about? We don't have 2 meetings in a day. Well, it was my 2 managers, and it was like, they said all this stuff to me that I already knew about. Now, mind you, I'm gonna rewind back. I got COVID last year, June. You can watch my COVID story. It's on here on YouTube. You can watch my COVID story on YouTube. And so anyway, okay, I lost my train of thought. I'm so sorry. But I contracted it, and then my kids was positive 2 out of 4, and then my test results came back negative. But I was sick as a dog. Like, I was sick. Like, I thought I was going to meet the maker, no lie. And so all of my nurse friends was like, you need to go get retested. This was back in June when things was different. They was swabbing throat back then. They wasn't even swabbing. They were swabbing nasal and throat. So I got my throat swab. Mine came back negative, but I was sick as a dog. And so welcome. Make sure you hit a like. We celebrating my 1-year anniversary. Okay. All right. So make sure y'all hit a like over here. Make sure y'all hit a heart. Okay. So anyway, after being sick as a dog for a week, getting enough energy to drive across the bridge where they was testing at for free, because back then when this was going on, when I had COVID, all testing was not free. Okay. Thank you for the light. So I tested positive, right? Because it's just me. Thank you for the hearts. Because it's just me. Hey, Tanisha. Because it's just me and my 4 kids, y'all, like, I was like struggling trying to take care of them sick and take care of them. So it wasn't no quarantining. Like at first I was trying to keep them like in a family room and I was in my room, but it wasn't no quarantining. So I think we was passing it back and forth because I kept testing positive, and the reason why I was getting retested was because my oldest was going to see a specialist, and the family had to be negative in order for me to bring her in. So anyway, so I had to keep getting tests. Like after 10 days, I get retested, positive. Anyway, we kept passing it back and forth, and around like August, everybody was good. We was clear, no symptoms. We had no symptoms, so I knew it was good. Everybody went back to school. I started back working because I hadn't been working for like a month from home. I still tried to work like after the second week of having COVID, but I didn't know at the time I had bad memory loss. It was just a whole hot mess. I wasn't remembering stuff I should have remembered that was simple. So anyway, so I end up going back to work, and in September I was only working 4 hours a day, y'all, and it was hard. It was like working 8-hour days. It was so hard. But at any rate, my job called me and was like, we gonna have to let you go. And I still do have an attitude about it, and that's my right, because I feel like ain't nobody go around here and like just lick my hand with COVID and I get COVID. You know what I'm saying? Like, why this had to happen to me? And I have asked God this, and I already know why it happened, because I remember the talks me and God had at night when I used to be up, when I was sick. You know, these are the things I want to do. These are my plans. Well, God said, well, remember them days you was struggling, and those, not struggling financially, but like struggling, you was writing down things you want to do with your life, your goals. And he was like, this is your plan. And I always had a plan where I wanted to start my own career coaching business. I did. Like, I used to help all my subscribers. I love them. I'm always focusing on nurses, helping mom nurses, especially single moms. Even if you marry, even if you have a parent that you co-parent to it, even if you have family, a great support system, it is hard as hell. Hard as hell. If you're a working mom trying to work 12-hour shifts, it's hard. So I used to try to find, not used to, I still do, but back then I was finding moms and nurses jobs that fit better for a mom with her schedule. So like, you can find you a desk job 8 to 5, and you can take your kids to school, pick them up, however. But I was finding them jobs that work better for them. And I said, God, I want to do this. Like, I was getting like loads and loads of emails all the time, people coming to me wanting jobs, and I'm like, cool, you know, I'm finding them these jobs. I send them the email, send them the link. But I was like, I want to turn this into a business. And like, this is my true passion. This is my true passion. I love helping people. So motherhood is hard, Tanisha. Heck yes. Yes. So I was like, okay, this is what I want to do. And then I had my business with my fashion stuff. I have been doing the fashion, selling clothes on and off since 2016. Fashion was my love before nursing. I have always, well, fashion and nursing has always been my love, but I love fashion. And so I always wanted my own boutique and selling clothes. And so I had already started doing that. And I was like, man, I just want to put my all into doing this. So I feel like God was like, okay, here you go. And I'm finna push you. And I'm finna test your faith. And I'm going to give you this trial so that you can show other people that if they trust in me and believe in me, that I can bring them through their hard times. And I had to learn that when I was sick. I got even closer to God, and I started studying for myself, and I found out that it was things that I grew up in the church. I'm a Christian. I know God, but it was things like I sat back and sat down and wrote things out that has happened to me. And I sit back and be like, how did I get through that? But it was my faith from previous trials. It was my faith seeing what other people went through. And so sometimes when we go through stuff, y'all, it's not because of what it's not because we did anything or God don't love us. It's because sometimes it's not even for us. It's for us to share and tell somebody. It's our testimony to share. So when somebody else, that happens to somebody else, they can make it. So if somebody job call on Monday and say, we got to let you go for whatever reason, it's their reasoning. It's God working that out. Okay, Lorna went through that with 4 kids, single. Y'all, when I tell you, I have never had a bill late. So this is what happened last year when I got my coins. We get our coins. I used it, but I did not use it. Something in the back of my head last year, the beginning of the year, said, don't do this. Hey girl, how you doing? And thank you for joining. Hit a like. And so when I got my coins, something said, don't don't use the money, put it up. And I'm like, okay, cool. When my car got stolen in 2019, I didn't have my car. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna put the money up then. And I'm thinking that's what I need to save the money for. Well, God came through for me. My insurance company dropped me because they was nasty. And then guess what? The company I financed it through, the bank is financed through, they took over. Thank you for the light. They took over. And they was like, we're going to pay to get this car fixed because you need a car, and, you know, they want their money. So so they paid to get my car fixed. So that was money I could keep in my bank, in my savings. And then when later on in the year, you know, we got our stimulus and stuff. Well, I used that to move because I was in a crazy situation. I had so much going on in 2019, and so I had to move. And so once I had moved, I used that money, but I still had my savings. And so when nobody knew I was gonna hurt my back. Before I got COVID, I hurt my back. I just went to get up off the toilet, y'all, in my back when I, like, for real, like it was weird. And so I was down on the sofa in the bed. I couldn't do nothing for the kids, nothing. So I wasn't working then. So then I'm like, cool, I got money saved. Then guess what happened, Lord behold, 2 weeks later, I started getting better, going to chiropractor, and I get COVID. And then I don't just get COVID for 10 days. Then it just turned into this, turning into that. Then everybody sick, and it was like I could not work. I had no money coming in, but I had my savings. But guess what? Your savings don't last always. Like, it goes away. So I had my savings to pay my bills, but then I ain't had no money coming in. I had money coming in from my businesses. I never, even looking back, I didn't have that much money coming in, y'all. It wasn't like, oh, you got a business and you put the services out there and you put the clothes out there, people gonna buy it. They not. It's just what it is, you know. Look at Coca-Cola, how they started off. Like, they started off, people weren't even trying to buy no coats, and our people all addicted to coats. But you know, that's how it be in business. Everybody don't want your stuff at first. It don't start off that way, you know. And I'm like, cool, I'm gonna still keep pushing, doing what I'm doing, but I'm gonna stay faithful. I'm like, I know I'm not gonna get evicted. Nothing not gonna happen to me and my girls. God done took us through worse in 2016 when my nasty landlord tried to evict me and my kids early in the morning. Police at my at my house knocking on my door because my job was nasty, decreasing my hours. I was only like 8 days late on my rent, and he tried to evict me. Like, even then, miraculously, money came up and I was able to pay my rent. So I still didn't get kicked out then. It was so many instances throughout my life that God still carried me. So I knew I would be good. My bills haven't been late, y'all. Listen, now I have called people and made arrangements, but it was times I didn't even have to make no arrangements, y'all. That was God. I sit back and I look and I'm like, well, God, dog, okay, this is nothing but God. I say, dang, here go the first of the month again. I'm paying my bills again. Back again, like every single month. I'm like, this is God. This is God. And that's why I had to come on here. And this is why I share my story. This is why I've been sharing my story, because you look at people and you're like, oh, well, that ain't gonna happen to me, or, you know, that's unfortunate that happened to her, but it may happen to your cousin, it may happen to your uncle, you know, it may happen to your mom or your sister. You know, I'm sure my mom and sisters didn't think this would happen. We all felt like we all had job security, and then bam, look at what happened. And I have 4 kids here I got to take care of. Then school come around, you know, then school come around again. So that's why I had to share my story. And I went back to work. I have people, I'm a nurse, so I had people calling and blowing up my phone last year, especially with this thing going on. And I had people that would hire me. I could go to work tonight, a brand new job. But because of nasty people, because people don't want to take care of their kids, because they unhappy, because y'all don't know I don't talk about my personal stuff, but that's another reason you may see me happy and full of peace in my pictures, is because I am. You have to let narcissistic people go. I don't care if it's your family, I don't care if it's your friends, I don't care if it's your significant other. I'm too old, and I have 4 kids, and I got to be here for them. I'm not gonna let stress take me out. So I have to get rid of people, family, significant others. They don't want to do right. I can't deal with all that. I have enough stress on my own. So because I did that, then I wasn't getting the help no more, and I have not had the help. I have had to figure out ways. I started working at night on the weekends. That worked out perfect, but then I could start seeing things in my household that that wasn't working out. So I had to stop. I kept doing it, and then I hurt my back at work. I hurt my back again, y'all, in April. So I have not been back to nursing bedside work since April. That's how I know it's a God. He has carried. I know you know, Tanisha. He has carried me through. He has carried me through. Let me read your things. I'm reading these comments, y'all. Monday through Saturday long days, and sometimes he travels, so it's hard, even when you have a spouse. My mama say that to me all the time. My mama and daddy was together till I was in my 20s, all my life. And my mama she tells me that to this day. You know, when you was growing up, y'all was my girls. It's me and my two sisters. She was like, your daddy drove trucks, he was away, or he worked long hours, was away. And she was like, y'all was my kids, and I had to do what I had to do, and it's still hard. And that's why I tell people it's hard for single moms, but it is hard, period, being a mama. Even if you have the support, even if they dealt, it is so hard. So yes, girl, yes. And all things worked out for my good. And you know what, my granny told me, I did a blog during my COVID, and I get emotional because that, like, y'all, I had conversations with my oldest. Like, I would never forget, like, I had conversations telling her, like, this is what's gonna happen if I pass. Like literally, I had conversations with my mom and my baby sister. If I pass, like, this is what's gonna happen. You know, I'm like, I need to figure out how to get bank stuff together. You know, you don't think about these things. I don't have no will. Why would I have a will? You know, even back then, y'all, I didn't have life insurance for myself. I have it now, but I wasn't thinking about stuff like that. I didn't understand life insurance would even help take care of the kids and bills. I didn't understand that till like later on, after all this craziness happened. And it was a time like I really thought I was gonna see the maker really. And I was like, heck no, like I fought through COVID for my kids. And because I don't want nobody else raising my kids. I don't want them other sperm donors raising their kids. And I'm gonna say that. The heck ever. This is my channel and my brand, and that's what it is. I don't want nobody else raising my kids. I want my children, me raising my children, you know. And so I said, I'm gonna fight through this thing. Whatever you got to do to fight through your battles, you push through. And what my granny told me just a few weeks ago, she said, you know, my granny about to be 80, she said, a lot of women, some women do not have that push. You have to have that push. And I'm gonna tell y'all what she told me. She said, when you around here sick, you're gonna have to push through. And I have pushed through. Ever since I moved here last year, I have learned I have strength I never thought I had. Because even after COVID, it still had lingering effects where I would be like in the bed, like I thought I had it again. It's just so much fatigue and stuff. And thank God I haven't had those issues in a while. But it was bad even after I had COVID. So that's why you hear like a lot on social media, they talk about long COVID and stuff. It's true, because it's like debilitating. But yeah, like we have to push through as women, and we have to make it whatever you're going through, whatever the situation is. So now since I've been here, I haven't had the support I had. Like when I was working 12-hour shifts, I just called whoever, these people, hey, this is what I need help with. And can you get the kids to get out of school this time? But I don't have that now. And so I have had to push and hustle. And it ain't even so much as the pushing and hustling. I just have had to keep my faith very, very strong. And that's been like the most thing. And it is hard running a business. It it really is. Like I had already knew that, because if it wasn't hard, everybody would be running a business. And then like it's just like nursing school. Anything you want to do, like that you're serious about doing, it's going to be hard. It's not going to be easy. It's not going to come easy, you know. So that's what I've been doing, and that's what led me to this, you know, to this time of where I'm at with my business and stuff, and through this year. And saving is so important. Tanisha always talking about saving here on Instagram. She's always talking about saving, and that's so important and stuff, because you just never know when something is going to happen to you. And one thing I always talk about is having your talents and looking at how you can make money from your talents, even if that talent is going to pay your cell phone bill, even if that talent is going to pay your internet, it's a bill that's going to get paid. And you know, that's what's, you know, those bills getting paid are important, or just being able to use that money, using your talents to save. Definitely have to keep your faith strong. And that's what I have learned through this, and showing my baby girls. For the longest, I used to be trying to hold that. I didn't want my oldest, you know, older children, especially, it was just me and my oldest for like 8 years. So she sometime act like she the other parent. I'm like, no, I'm the mama. We don't have two mamas still. That's not this house. So and you know, I didn't want her to worry, but I had to like sit her down and tell her what was going on. And I didn't tell her for a while because I didn't want her to worry. But like even my littles, yes, use your talents to help pay your bills. And even my oldest, I didn't want her to worry. And so I didn't tell her for a while, but I had to just sit her down. And then I want to show, and I was saying also that the kids, my younger kids, like they was like, mama, why you ain't going to work? You're not, well, you know, they knew I was going to my office. Why you not going to your office? You don't have to go to work. Like, I get up and just be looking like I rolled out the bed. And, you know, they like, well, why you not, you know, they started seeing the change. I'm like, well, this is what I'm doing now, but you need to go to work too, mama. You know, kids are smart. They like, dad ain't gonna pay the bills. You know, they little kids. I'm like, this is what I'm doing for right now. I didn't tell them what was going on, but they know. And I'm like, well, you know, mommy have to do this and I have to work. Things are different. They was used to me going off to work. And then when I started back doing nursing, bedside, you know, they was like, oh, okay, so you don't go to work during the day, you go at night. It was a big adjustment. So then have to, you know, work on the weekends at night. That was a big adjustment, and it was just too much. So then I hurt my back. God fixed that. I remember sitting at night and I used to say, you know, well, darn, you know, God, what I'm going to do when the kids start back to school? Because I know how the kids are. You know, my twins, they could do their work. They be excited to do their homework. You know, one of my twins a perfectionist. I wish I was like that when I was little, but my middle one, she is like she is tough, y'all. She is lazy and I have to stay on her. So I'm like, how I'm going to do that? And it's just too much. So I guess God, it's like everything I was worried about, y'all, no lie, when I was working, like working in corporate, working or whatever, God handled it. He was like, okay, well, I got something for you. You keep sitting here talking about you got this worry and that worry. I'm going to fix that. So, hey. So yeah, so y'all, I just had to come on here and tell y'all that for the longest, I never even told nobody, like my close friends and maybe like my immediate family knew, but for a long time, I didn't even talk about it because I was real sour about it is what I was. I still am upset, but I look at the bigger picture, but it's just because of what happened and how it happened. That's why I was so upset. But like, I just can't believe like the way things happen. I just can't believe like the way God has carried me for a whole year. And you know, I did a video, I put it on my other Momnurefashionista Instagram page on my stories. I was talking about how my hair fell out from COVID. I know it fell out because my hair was long, and then I washed it. Then the next time I went to wash it, it was just like coming out in the shower with my hands to the point I was just all balled up here, you know. And it was like, and then that same like 2 days later, then they called me because you know, you lose anything dear to you, you're going to be upset. That's going to put you in depression. And then this happened and I'm like, what the world? And I didn't think I was depressed till my mama came to my house and she was like, you know, your house showing you depressed. And I didn't I didn't even realize that because I was just trying to put on a show in the front and stay strong around my kids. But in actuality, I was. And so, you know, mental health is important. Like studying, that was another thing I did. I used my Bible app, also the Pleading Mom. She has a wonderful mom busy mom prayer box, and it's freaking bomb. It's just freaking bomb, y'all. My YouTubers know I did videos on that and stuff, and it's just bomb stuff like that. It helped me. I used to take my journals and everything to work when I worked at night to help me stay up and stuff when I wasn't busy with my patients, and I would just study and use that quiet time that I had to study. And that's what kept, yes, mamas know best. Yes, they do. and that's what kept me. That's what kept me going, y'all, because I do get like that. I get where I get so pissed off because like I want to get some of this pandemic money. You know, I want to go all the jobs that I send to my clients, like a lot of them jobs come because people be like, can we hire you? Are you available? No, I'm not, but I have some nurses that need this, you know, and I want that money, you know what I'm saying? Like, and so I get so pissed off, and my sister was like, you got to stop being hateful, you know? What Granny taught us and stuff like that, you can't be like that. And so, you know, I've had to pray on that. It's been very hard, but I'm growing, y'all, because, you know, I be like, let me keep the old Lord in. I don't want to be, you know, my 4 kids need me. I don't need to be in jail nowhere. So, you know, but that's how it is really. And I'm like, okay, God, you must have a real big plan for me. Because right now I could be doing a whole lot. I have 10 years of experience, y'all. I just celebrate my freaking 10-year anniversary of my nursing, you know. And so I'm like, I have the experience. That's why I can help people find jobs and help them with their resumes, revamp their resumes so that these corporations can look at your resume and be like, okay, you had this experience, but this is what your resume reflect, you know. So that's why I can help people so easy, because it's something I've been doing forever, you know. So anyway, y'all, I just had to come on here and share so y'all can help celebrate with me and everything. I don't know, I just had to come on here. I'm just so happy. And I just want y'all to remember to like just stay prayed up and stay faithful and read your Bible. Even if you get the YouVersion app, read your Bible. That helps me a lot too. Like when you're on the go, like whenever I could find quiet time. When I had COVID, I had to check in like with St. Vincent's. They had this COVID program where I don't know if they still do that now, but you had to check in with the nurse 3 times a day. Like, and if you didn't do it, they'll send you a text. If you didn't answer the text, they'll call. If you didn't answer the phone, baby, they will send and rescue to your house, which I think is a dope thing, especially if I was like elderly. I live by myself, but anyway, they had a program like that. And so after I finished that program, 2 weeks after finish, or like 3 weeks I finished it, I was like, if I could find a time 3 times a day, it took me like 10 minutes. I had to do my own vitals and like put it in through the app. If I could do that 3 times a day, I definitely could find a time for myself to sit and study. And so of course now I be like, oh, I'm so busy, this and that, and then I have to remind myself, but you where you are because of God. That's why you made it this far. Congrats on your 30 days. On your 30 days. That's one of my subscribers, y'all. She 30 days being a nurse. Oh, I'm so excited. That is an awesome thing, because nursing school is hard. It is hard. They make it look cute and stuff on Instagram and on social media and everything, but nursing is hard. Nursing school is hard, and nursing itself is hard. I have thought I was in the wrong field plenty of times. But anyway, so congrats to you, girl. I'm so proud of you. I'm so proud of you. So yeah, I just wanted to come on here and share. I was supposed to be on here for like 15-20 minutes, but I went over, but that's okay, because I enjoy talking to y'all. I don't go live much, but I need to go more often so I could just inspire. I love inspiring. That's like my best, that's like the best thing I love to do, is inspiring others, because you never know what people going through. They could be smiling and everything, and they could be just feeling down, feeling like if you just push them, they're going to just fall over the edge. And so I wanted to come on here and talk to y'all and just give you some encouragement and prove to you, baby, if this mama listen, if this single mama can do it, you can definitely do it. If anything get taken away from you today, anything you hurt yourself, anything, because our job is how we live. Like, that's why I know my business is very important, because we have to make money. Money have to come in somewhere, okay? So so my business that I have now, so whatever happened to you, you make sure you pray, you write a plan down. I had a plan, and then you use your talents, all your talents you have, you make sure you write your talents down. That's something else. You never know what you can do with your talent, okay? If you're unhappy in your career, ain't no sense in staying in your career and you unhappy. It's jobs out here hiring. This is not 2020 last year and everything was shut down. Like, people out here hiring out the butt, and they increasing the pay rate because so many people don't want to work. I want to work. Like, I used to work, so I don't get it. I mean, I get it, but it's like, come on, like, you got to want better for yourself. Thank you. You got to want better for yourself. Oh no, you're not slow, girl. You're just learning. It's a lot of things when you become a nurse. She was saying thanks, but she feels so slow sometimes. But it's like that when you first become a nurse, because it's like, we ain't learn this in school. You don't really start learning till you become a nurse, to be honest. But I just want everybody to know that you can make it through whatever you have been through. It doesn't matter. You will make it through. You have to take it always. I used to say take it day by day, but man, I used to have to break my days down all the way down to hours. And then it was a time when my littles was back, like, I had my twins and my middle one, and they 14 months apart. I used to literally, once I got home from work, I used to have to break things down to 30 minutes at a time, and then like minute at a time. No lie, because it was times, y'all, I didn't think I can go. I talked about that back in my old videos when I first started my YouTube channel. That me talking to my YouTube subscribers helped get me through, because I'm just an emotional person like that. I like to talk through my feelings and stuff. And I had times, y'all, when I didn't think I was gonna make it. Like, I used to tell my mama when the twins was babies, like bottle babies, I used to be like, Mama, if I don't come home, because I was staying with her then, me and my kids, I was like, if I don't come home, you could check downtown at Shan's, they mental health. I was dead serious, because I used to be like, oh God. And then I started seeing a therapist, and then I used to be like, I just want somebody to talk to. I just need some help. And then this lady tried to help me from my church, and I was like, I don't need her help, because I don't even know her like that. And she just trying to be in my business. You know how people be, and I was younger then and stuff. And I was like, I don't need that lady in my business. So God he was like, okay, you don't want to listen? Okay, here you go. Here go another whipping. Okay. And I'm like, whatever. And then I was like, that's when I was about to get evicted. And when my landlord was acting ignorant, Nobody was calling me back, y'all, for no jobs. I promise you, I was putting like hundreds of applications in, no lie, on Indeed. Nobody was calling me back. Lo and behold, as soon as I stopped acting stubborn, because I can be stubborn, I think I've gotten a lot better. And I went and talked to that lady. She was my, you know, my mentor, my spiritual mentor. And I talked to her and stuff. And she didn't give me no answers. A lot of her stuff used to be, you need to trust God and pray. And I used to have an attitude because I'm like, I didn't want that as the answer. And she was like, you need to trust God and pray. And here go the scriptures. And I didn't want to hear that. And I went home and started reading them scriptures and praying and actually taking my time. And guess what, y'all? I'm not lying to you. All these jobs started blowing my phone up. I'm not lying. I'd be sitting at home and all these jobs blew, and all these jobs blew my phone up because I just stopped and I listened to God and I was obedient to him. And the telehealth job I talk to y'all about all the time, this lady found me through Indeed on there. I had applied to so many jobs and she found me. It wasn't me putting in the applications. A lot of them people that I told you was blowing my phone up was people that found me. I hadn't even put them applications in. All the people I had put applications in to called me back once I had already got the telehealth job. But I'm telling you, and so that's where my faith come from. Going through different things and being whooped on, you know, like spiritually, not like physically. And that's another story. I went through a lot of stuff young, 17, 18 years old with my oldest, you know, when I was pregnant and had her. But that's another story for another time. But like spiritually being whooped on, and my faith had to get strong. And that's where it come from. And that's why I always say a lot of things we go through in life isn't because of us, it's for others. 7 years later, I could tell y'all things that's had happened to me that I've been through, and it can help y'all now. Now, a year later, I'm here and I can help y'all. And so if you need to talk, if you can email me, I always give my email a Momnurefashionista. My phone trying to die. Momnurefashionista. I give that email Momnurefashionista@yahoo.com. I put in my description box on here. If you're interested in my services, I'm going to be coming out, y'all, with a pre-filled resume. Yes, because I know a lot of people can do a resume, but I tell them all the time it's all about your outline. Those Indeed resumes suck. So I'm gonna come out with a pre-filled resume. You may not need me to do the resume for you, but you may need to know the type of resume. If you have like a 2-page resume, I have that available. 3-page resume, I have that available. A page for you to put your references on, and a cover letter. So that all that stuff gonna come in one package, y'all. Yes. Okay. And that's in the works. I'm just letting y'all know. So look out for that. If y'all want to talk, if you need coaching, I also been helping businesses, like people who have a business, they want to revamp their clothing. So say like you just maybe you need to revamp your wardrobe more, look more professional. Maybe you want to go do a photo shoot. I help with that as well. I provide those services through LB Career Coaching. And I also provide where I have a lot of people come to me at events. And they're like, look, I have a business, but I have a career and I'm trying to transition out of it. And I'm like, dope, I can help you do that. It's all in your planning. A lot of times, y'all, we have to sit down and write out our goals. And then you have to plan on what you want to do. Just like our care plans that we learned to do in nursing school. Everything, just like business plans, everything is just about planning, right? And dump everything out your brain, y'all. Like dump everything out, put it on paper. And then once you got everything out on paper, figure out what you want to do. And okay, well, maybe that's a long-term goal. What can you work on now? Like, what can you work on this week? And then once you get that done, what can you work on next week and the next one? And so I also help with that, with career transitioning. A lot of people ask me about life coaching. I'm not doing that right now, but it has been on my heart. I have had a lot of people tell me that since I started this YouTube channel, but I like to help other businesses and just help people try to figure out what it is they're trying to do, getting their life in order, because it's hard. And you may have situations with kids, or you may have situations with childcare, or you just have a lot of different things going on, and so you need help. So that's what I do as well. Again, I always say at the end of my YouTube videos, never let your adversities, I'm sorry, y'all, I have a brain fart, but never let your adversities keep you from looking good. I look good from the outside. Sometimes I don't feel good, but when I get up and get dressed, I feel better. And so don't let your adversities even stop you from your goals. If it don't matter how long it take you to reach your goals, you can reach them. You just have to take your time. Ain't no limit on this. I have one class, y'all, and I can apply to the RN program. I was an RN in RN school before I failed. I talk about that on my YouTube channel. And I was in there for like a year. It's a 2-year program. And that has always been my goal. So that's something I'm gonna go back and do. But on my time and when it's God's time, and I understand that. And so I say all that to say it's no time limit on the goal. Don't let anybody rush you or you feel rushed. Take your time, okay? So I hope this video was informative, and I thank y'all for coming over here celebrating with me and hearing my story, because this is what I wanted to do. Oh, girl, that's amazing. Congrats. One of my subscribers say she's going to be signing up for the RN program. That is amazing. Uh-oh, okay. That's good, girl. And I give props and honor to all the nursing students during this situation here that we in, especially last year. My friend, you're so welcome. My friend, she was, oh yeah, you're LPN. Okay, I recognize your name now. Okay. Hey, girl. And so she was in nursing school, and I was like, they was doing their clinicals this when it was a shutdown, and they was doing it like online. And then I had one of my friends who a nursing instructor, and she was like, oh yeah, girl, they have to do it like online. And I'm like, I could not do that. Listen, it's just so hard. I just give props to everybody, the nurses, everybody who even work, you know. But the nursing students, y'all, ooh, yeah, y'all are good. But now things are different. They can start going back and doing clinicals and stuff. But yeah, they was doing it like it was online. So, you know, I can't think of the word. I can't think of what the word is called. But they'll go in and do like how you could do labs. Like it was like a little game. But she was like, it won't let you go on to the next scene. So you go in the room to draw the medicine out the pits. It's like if she missed a step, it wouldn't let her go to the next step. Or if she was assessing her patient and she missed a step, it wouldn't let her go to the next thing. It was crazy. I was like, oh my God. It was a mess. Mind you, she was a nurse already. She was in the RN in the bridge program. So to RN, it was a mess. But yeah, so I give props and honor to all y'all. Alrighty, if y'all stayed on here to the end, I love y'all so much. Y'all are, you know, y'all are so amazing. I love all the support I get from y'all. I'm in Florida. I stay in Jacksonville. Oh, you're in Michigan. Okay, okay. I just love this because you could just, that's why I love the internet. You can talk to people from like all over. It's so dope. So, and so, y'all make sure that y'all, stay prayed up and keep your faith strong. And if you need to, you could go to my YouTube channel, and I have a playlist called Inspiration, and you could go and watch all my videos, especially all my like old videos. When I used to really talk about this, when the girls was young, and I used to talk about everything, like dealing with them, because it was a whole mess when they was younger. Thank you, sis. So y'all have a great Saturday, and y'all stay blessed. And I gotta go run my daughter to Michael's, because y'all, she's starting her business, y'all. So I was just so proud of my Kayana. Oh, okay. All right, y'all have a good one. And if you here watching a playback, I appreciate you. I thank y'all so much. And y'all have a good one. Bye. Okay. I gotta try to end all these.